guys, Ashley here, also known as the AJ Lee fan. I know that I have been absent, that I have disappeared, but I'm back. It was really a really busy, I'm not lying, it's been really a busy whole month. This whole summer has been super busy, especially at work. I told y'all before when I did my video that it is summer vacation week at my job, so a lot of the kids are coming to the center where their parents work, and the children, things like that. So I'd be tired when I come home from work. I'd be so tired because there's so much to do there. Paperwork, rations, count how many things I have, orders, all types of stuff. I just be exhausted. And plus I'm also trying to catch up with writing. That is something that I am like really behind on. And it's because I've been doing so many videos that I kind of like abandoned it a little bit. So I've been focusing a little bit more on writing, and like I'm still in a position of finding a house. It's been kind of hard. I know like we were saying, you've been doing that for like I think it's since April. I think we've been looking for a house. We're still looking. We're not like evicted or anything. We're just looking for new places to live and things of that nature. But this starting tomorrow, I am going to try to finish my part 2 rant and review of You Got Me Teenager. That way I can do season 4 and 5. For season 4 and 5, honestly y'all, the way that I'm feeling, I was going to make that into 2 separate videos. But the way I'm feeling, those two seasons can really go together. So season 4 and 5 really kind of blend together. So season 4 and 5 will be one big rant. I'm going to get everything that I feel about those 2 seasons just off my chest and do one big video. No part 2, no part 1. If I have to make a part 2 or part 1 video to it, it would be because there's something going on personally. But if not, you would get one big video, and that's about it. And I believe I left off on season 3 talking about Adrian and Ben. I think I left off on Ben. I'll have to listen to the video again to make sure I know where I left off at before I jump back into it. So I will listen to it tomorrow to see where I left off on, and I will make that video my part 2 video. Once I finish as a teenager, I will get on my single rants I have about the show, and then I will get back on One Tree Hill. I'm not switching to from One Tree Hill rant that I have not even finished yet. The French, I can do that some other time. It's like single rant that was about One Tree Hill. And I want to go back to Vampire Diaries because I was watching Vampire Diaries, and then I started rewatching Government Teenager, and then I discombobulated. So that's just been what I've been really just enjoying the summertime as well, swimming, going to my cousin's birthday party. I just really been trying to enjoy the summer when I'm not working, just trying to find things to do. Even after work, I've been doing things after work with family. So that's probably the best time to really get in videos. Like I said, I know that the last rant video that I made was about part 1. Season 3. So here I am again. So today is about a teen drama rant. Today I'm going to talk about wrestling, specifically wrestling, and talk about Evolution. This Evolution is a pay-per-view, an all-women pay-per-view that fans have been talking about non-stop all over TikTok, over YouTube. So let me get my opinions on Evolution. Specifically, I really don't care about pay-per-view, honestly. The only reason why I probably will watch it is because a lot of people keep talking about AJ Lee, and y'all know how I feel about my girl AJ Lee. AJ Lee is mother. AJ Lee is everything to me. I worship the ground that she walks on. I don't give a fuck about that overrated garbage people talk about. I don't give a fuck. AJ Lee had an impact that no other woman from her time could say that they had, that she had. And I mean that shit. Let's talk about some of the controversies that a lot of people are having when it comes to this pay-per-view. There are no dream matches on the pay-per-view, like, at all. There are people on the pay-per-view who I don't even pay attention to on a daily basis when it comes to Raw and SmackDown. I have never been so interested in wrestling in a long time. I am so interested in the product right now. Like, literally. People think that 2010 was bad. No. This year clears 2010. At least 2010 in WWE, it has some good shit. There was some bad shit in there, but at least it had some good shit in it. Like, I really feel like, even though I did say some bad things about 2010 when I talked about my thoughts on 2009, 10, 11, I still appreciate those years all of my heart. Like, I wasn't anything for 2020, 2010, because wrestling right now is really uninteresting, really, guys. Like, it's really, really uninteresting. There are some things I do want to talk about when it comes to AJ Lee, because I've been seeing some things on TikTok. Like, there was a podcast interview with Paige and the Bella Twins, and I'm reading comments and people was just disrespecting the legend that is AJ Lee. But the person I want to get into when it comes to this Evolution review is the one and only Nikki Bella. Now, I kind of went over this in a recent video, I believe. I don't know what I was talking about, but I was about to speak the John Cena pipe bomb. I felt like it was not a good promo. And I believe I talked about Nikki Bella. So let's talk about Nikki Bella. Everyone really feels like they don't understand when Nikki Bella is back, why they don't feel like out of all the women that WWE could call back to be in Evolution, why do they call Nikki Bella? Me personally, I don't really care about those twins like that. They were part of this company, so I feel like there's nothing wrong with Nikki Bella wanting to be part of pay-per-view. I feel like that's not a crime for her to want to be part of it at all. It does suck that her and Morgan did get a chance to have a feud, because I was really looking forward to it. Nikki Bella said they were going to really personal and have good promo, just back and forth. And you know Liv was going to carry her to the promo, because Nikki Bella has never been a good promo fighter. You know Liv was going to carry her. It really sucks what happened with Liv, and I'm really looking forward to it. They were talking about Nikki Bella coming back because of her child, and I really feel like that's really just overstepping boundaries. Anything that she got going on personally has nothing to do with you. Don't talk about anyone's kids. Like, I might not be the biggest Nikki Bella fan, but don't talk about anyone's children. That shit is just off limits. Don't talk about anyone's kids. Don't talk about what she got going on personally. I don't care about any of that. That's not my business, and I don't care about it. Let's talk about, everybody talks about the whole EO Sky. Like, I kind of talked about this, but I kind of want to talk about it a little bit deeper and go talk about my thoughts on it. Everyone is so mad at EO Sky for Nikki Bella that she paid away for her. So let's talk about this Bella Twin impact that everyone is like, that everyone is like really trying to understand what the hell impact, what kind of impact they have. And you know what? I've been saying that since when they WWE started shoving them down our throats for the Bella Twins. That I always felt like, what real impact did they have? What about them made people care about women's wrestling outside of the portion of their hand? What made me, my sister, my brother, the three of us who watch wrestling, there was something about Bella Twins that made me just want to stop everything that I'm doing to watch what they're doing. Nothing. Everyone talks about Total Divas. Honestly, I respected the fact that they were able to cross over and become reality stars, and they're making their money and getting their bag. I respect that. For me personally, I feel like you have to leave the crossover stuff out and talk about what they did inside the ring. The Rock has an impact whether or not he would have went to Hollywood. If he would have left WWE, he still would have had an impact whether or not he would have left for Hollywood. Stone Cold Steve Austin still has a huge impact in the business. It doesn't matter. Let's just say he didn't leave. Let's say he didn't leave and he didn't retire. Stone Cold Steve Austin still would have had a huge impact without even doing anything that's crossover. China has a huge impact in wrestling without having, even when she left the company, she really didn't do a lot of crossover things. China still has a really huge impact in the business. And I know like people try to erase China, but China does have a huge impact whether you want to admit it or not. AJ Lee is somebody with a huge impact without having to do any crossover stuff. So I just feel like when it comes to impact wise, for the Twins, if you X out the crossover stuff, I really feel like their impact is not even that big. It's not that big, and I'm so tired of them and their fans trying to romanticize and glamorize other people into believing that it was. They have the impact of somebody like Alicia Fox? Nothing. The only thing is they got more opportunities than Alicia Fox. They got the chance to be in Pro Divas, to be the head of the show. We know Alicia Fox on that show, but they got a chance to be on that, to be the of that show, and to get another show. I'm sorry, what's this? To be the princess of the other show they had. Like, I'm not going to say anything about John Cena, Daniel Bryan, because I'm not going to talk about. It's strictly their careers. I'm not going to talk about what they were sticking with and things like that. I really don't care about that. The only people probably would have brought that up, but honestly, y'all, I'm thinking it's just them, what they've done. Those twins really didn't do anything spectacular in their careers to be considered impactful or to be considered revolutionary. The fact that the fact that Nikki and Brie and Paige of all people try to take credit for how the women's evolution started really pisses me off. I really feel like I've been trying really hard to say you can't leave it to just one person, because honestly, I really feel like everybody deserves the credit. From the women who didn't wrestle to the women who wrestled. From Tori Wilson to Sable to Chyna to Terry to Ivory to Molly Holly, Victoria, Jacqueline, all these women who wrestled in 10 matches, and the Eye Candy women. These women still went out there and did their job to the best of what they could do. And I'm giving them bundles of credit. Kelly, Marie Torres. You know, I wasn't the biggest Torres fan, but I can admit that she was definitely getting more interesting on her way out, and it sucks that she left. Michelle McCool, somebody who was desperately overlooked. Michelle McCool was one of those ones. She stood out when at a time where women were not standing out in these divisions. She was able to have a personality and cut promos and to have a duo with somebody and legitimate have screen time and have rivalries. That's way cool. When now women who are tag teams can't even get a decent title run, even though they're a duo. It's fucking sad that labels will have more interesting rivalries with people like Natalya, Kelly, and Mickie James, and they even got a chance to be on NXT, the NXT Pros. It is ridiculous that they got to do a lot more with the little time that they were given compared to women today in the league. I really feel like the women today take advantage and take for granted of the more time they're given today. I feel this made them lazy compared to the other ones back then. Look how hard they were working with the little time they were given. I will give those ones that they did work hard to improve. They improved in the ring, but they did not improve where it mattered, like character work and having charisma and personality, and be able to cut promos and tell stories. They did not improve when that mattered. Don't talk to me about that Stephanie McMahon feud. No, definitely carry that, because Brie was a very bland babyface, and because Brie is not a good promo, so Stephanie really carried that entire feud on her back, because I love Stephanie McMahon. She's also a great example of somebody who does not need to be involved in title picture to be relevant. And I really wish WWE would go back to that about just having feuds or just having characters who didn't need to win titles to be relevant, to be considered impactful. Stephanie is more impactful than those twins, in my opinion, way more impactful. And I don't think Stephanie ever did anything that was crossover. I will give those twins that for wrestling at a time where people just kind of didn't care about women's wrestling. But for them to take credit for something that wasn't just them, but everyone to me. But if you really had to ask me who I really felt like made people starting to give a fuck and made people open their eyes to what women's wrestling can truly be, it was not the Four Horsewomen. It was not them. It was AJ Lee, motherfucker. AJ was the one who did so much without having been involved in hockey. AJ Lee took advantage of every opportunity that she was given. general manager, being involved with top guys, being a referee in a fucking main event match, being a part of main events on Raw and SmackDown, opening up shows, closing shows. Angela did so much at such a time when women were not getting those certain opportunities. She took advantage of her promo time, her character time, her matches, everything. She took advantage of everything, and she did not want to take it for granted. Unlike today, where I feel a lot of the women take it for granted because they take more time, and it's making them lazy. A lot of them don't have the tools on the character work. A lot of them I can't even give you 5 character traits. Angela did so much with such little time, and I really feel like a lot of people are trying to write her off because she left so young, because she left so early, and because there's other women here and they want to talk about, oh, it's a different generation, you can't compare them. I don't give a fuck if it was 5. I don't give a fuck if Angela and Billy didn't fight in the same universe. Angela is better than all 4 her. Yep, I said it. Abby, I don't care. The only thing they truly have over Angela is more accomplishment. That's the only thing they truly have. The only thing. That's the only thing they really have. Anything, Angela is still a better mic worker. She's still a better personality, and she has more aura than them, and she has more charisma than them. And as for in-ring work, I really don't care about that because I do think Sasha Banks. I would say Sasha Banks is probably the best person in the ring. I would say Charlotte is probably a close second, but lately Charlotte has been kind of body to me. I think Becky is the worst in the ring. Becky has no strength in the ring. I've never once saw Becky Lynch match and thought, whoa, that was so good. Bayley is probably like a third. I think Bayley is good in the ring. But if y'all want to call in-ring work, all y'all going to say is, oh, the 4 horsemen, they have more moves in their arsenal for the AJ Lee. Me personally, I don't care about in-ring work. I'm all about character work. And to me, AJ has way better character work than they've all had. Becky Lynch has been the same character since 2019. Bayley's been the same character since 2020. Charlotte's been the same character since 2015. And Sasha Banks has been the same character since 2015 when she was in NXT. That's not involving at all. It's not. I don't watch AEW, so I don't know what Sasha's doing, but they're not. So no, it's really definitely how way better character work. With me with Wilson, I'm gonna just leave it here, and also with Paige, I'm gonna just leave it here. Paige, her impact was definitely not that big. Paige was there for 2 years, and she left because she had a lot of personal stuff going on. It really made Paige a star. Yeah, her Paige might have not had the best in-ring chemistry or the best matches, and their feud was that bad. It was okay. I did enjoy some of the segments from Paige had. It wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't the best. Their impact isn't that big. None of them really did anything too extraordinary to make people care about women's wrestling. I do think Paige and the Bella Twins, they were good in the ring, but when it came to character work and things like that, they were not that good. And I know people say, well, they didn't have enough time. And I understand that too, but so many other women who were around that era, hell, even Ruth Western era, fucking Attitude era, so many women were able to do a lot of things for the little time they were given. AJ Lee, Michelle McCool, Beth Phoenix, Nikki James, I'm forgetting somebody, Eve Torres, Kelly did a lot in a little time that she was given. A lot of these women were given a lot of work, and they were able to capitalize on it with such little time. And I just feel like it's okay to use that as a reason, but it's like, to look at what the other ones were doing, and it's like, look how much they were able to get done with such little time. And I just feel like the Bella Twins and Paige, their impact isn't that big. I really need the Bella Twins to step up their high work and stop trying to take credit for what AJ Lee started with her promo and with her work that she was doing at that time. Stop trying to take credit for it. AJ Lee is the reason why Triple H signed the 4 Horsemen. Anyone want to talk about AJ Lee with the 4 Horsemen was the first women to get booked like main eventers. Not true. If anything, you want to talk about who was the first, it was honestly Trish. To me, these are women to me who pushed like main eventers. China, Trish, and Lena. Those three were pushed to an extent that no one at that time were pushed to. And in the PG era, to me, it was AJ Lee. Because AJ Lee did things that Michelle McCool and Kelly didn't do. And other women didn't do at that time. Hell, even E. Torres, and they both were getting pushed at the same time. She was doing way more interesting things than E. Torres. She was at closing shows. Main eventing shows. Opening up Raw. And SmackDown. Like, what the fuck are y'all forgetting that? Like, are y'all forgetting that? I'm not going to keep arguing back and forth with bots and comments who can't accept the fact that AJ Lee is a goat, a wrestler. People talk about her in-ring work and how it wasn't that good of a person like a Rhea Ripley. I don't give a fuck. AJ Lee is 10 times more interesting than Rhea Ripley. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Call it overrated, I don't care. A lot of the greats are considered overrated. The Rock is considered overrated. The Rock is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. His impact, his character work, his mic work, the rivalries that he has had in his career, the segments, everything. He's impactful. AJ Lee has had some great segments. She's had some great matches. So, like I said, again, she takes advantage of her matches. She's had some great matches. I might not consider them on the same tier as what women are doing today, but to me, she's had great matches. AJ Lee had a lot. She had impact. She did, because she took advantage of her time, which I think a lot of women take for granted. She took advantage of her time. I just really feel like I need to go to and take credit for what AJ Lee kind of started. And the Four Horsemen were not the first women to be pushed like main eventers. It was honestly AJ Lee. AJ Lee was pushed as a female eventer in the PG era at a time where women were not even getting a lot of screen time on TV at all. She was doing so much important shit that it was crazy. In 2012, the only things you were looking forward to at that time, I don't know if a lot of people are not CM Punk fans, but to me it was either CM Punk, anything with John Cena, or anything with AJ Lee. Shit, AJ Lee over John Cena in my team. Shit. I cared about more what AJ Lee had going on in 2012 and 2013 than what John Cena had going on. No offense to the show. But me personally, no. AJ Lee had a way better 2013 fucking year than CM Punk did. She was a draw on YouTube. I don't think AJ Lee has ever had a low. I couldn't talk that shit, but I feel like she always had a good. She always had great views on YouTube when it came to her segments and things like that. So to me, I don't know what I thought about Evolution. It's really not about Evolution. I really wanted to talk about the things concerning around it because I want to talk about AJ Lee and whether or not she is going to return. And I would say it's here when it comes to that because I was speculating she might be because she has been posting a lot of her lately. I would say this: if she came back, I would jump up and down. I would jump up and down, scream and shout. I honestly wouldn't believe it if I saw it. Just like CM Punk, I honestly not think CM Punk will ever come back to wrestling because y'all know how much I love CM Punk. I love that man. I love him at AJ Lee to the bottom of my heart. I love them. When CM Punk came back, I honestly couldn't believe it. My jaw was on the floor. And if AJ Lee would come back, it would be just like that for me. AJ Lee has so many dream matches that I would love to see her compete in. You know what? Unlike the Bell Twins and Paige, no one has dream matches for them. There are some people that I would love to see AJ Lee have a feud with. I would love to see her have a feud with Charlotte, with Becky Lynch and Bayley. I would love to see it. I would love to see what it would be like for her to feud with those women who take so much credit, even though they buried so much talent. I would love to see a feud between her and Liv Morgan, honestly. I would love to see a feud between her and Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Liv Morgan reminds me so much of AJ Lee that is crazy. And it's still a woman I would love to see AJ Lee get something to ring with. And it's crazy. So me, I would say never. The AJ coming back, maybe. I think Evolution is actually tomorrow. I would say never when it comes to AJ, but to me, I'm not really keeping my hopes up because every time something she's gonna make a return, she never does. So I kind of just accept the fact that she's happy with her life, which I fully respect. I would never force anyone who's one of my favorite wrestlers to come back to the ring if they don't want to be back in the ring. But I would absolutely love to see her back in the ring. On everything I love, I would love to see her back in the ring. And I remember there was a post on TikTok with someone saying that Liv Morgan surpassed AJ Lee. And personally, no. And if you honestly think that Morgan has surpassed AJ Lee, I think you're delusional. Because just now, like last year, I believe it was last year when Morgan got her push. All this shit seemed to blend in together at one point. Just now, I'll just say that just now has Liv Morgan found her footing in her career. Yeah, I always liked Liv Morgan, but you could say there was something there, but there was always something missing. And just now, Liv Morgan has finally found her footing. Like, she has not surpassed AJ Lee yet. I would need to see more of a longevity career from Liv Morgan for her to even say she surpassed AJ Lee. Because a compliment is one thing, but it's like, we're talking about like character work. Like I said, one of the people was saying for her to surpass AJ Lee is because they just have more accomplishments. And to me, that really doesn't mean anything. It means a lot, but it's like there's so much more to the rest of than what you have accomplished. What about your character work? What about what you've done here? Moments, things like that. I feel there's so much more Liv Morgan can accomplish for you to make a statement like that. So no, Liv Morgan has not surpassed AJ Lee. AJ Lee has cut more promos. AJ Lee's had kind of a little bit more memorable feuds with Liv Morgan. I feel Morgan needs to have more feuds. I think she doesn't have enough feuds underneath her belt. And I feel like I would still have more matches with people she had chemistry with. AJ Lee has a lot more matches in her career with people she has chemistry with. Outside of, I would probably say Paige and probably Karen. Those are probably the only people that she didn't have chemistry with in the ring. But other than that, I still love AJ Lee. I love her down. I will always be on her side. I will always take care of her. I'm going to talk about none of that. I'm going to talk about none of that over the garbage. She is one of those ones. And if she's never going to come back, she needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Period. Point blank. We're done talking. And that's all we have today for y'all. Another long video, kind of straight to the point. And tomorrow, I will see y'all with my Southern Teenager review on season 3. A part 2 on season 3. That might come later in the day though, because I'm going to try to write. So yeah, that's been everything. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient, and I will see you guys tomorrow.